We are back on Inside Tennessee. I don't know. There you go. I always want to kind of like do the Egyptian thing when I hear that music. I like it. Maybe all of you can do that in your living rooms at home. All right, let's shift gears. We want to talk about a Board of Education race that is in play, and that is for District 6, Knox County. We have our two guests, or two candidates, Betsy Henderson, who is the incumbent. She's a Republican. And then we have Phillip Sherman, who is an independent, who is running against her for the seat. Good morning to both of you. Hope you're doing well. Happy 4th of July weekend.
Good morning, John. Happy 4th of July. Thanks for having us on.
We're glad to have you. We're glad to have you. Betsy, let's start with you since you're the incumbent. Tell us why you'd like another 4 years on the school board, which, by the way, I would say is probably the hardest single job in elected office around here. So props to you for having done it for 4 years already. But why stay?
Well, thank you so much, John. Yes, it has been an honor to serve, and it definitely has been an interesting past few years on the school board. You know, the last few years have been very difficult for our students, our families, and our teachers. But now that we are getting back to normal, we have such an amazing opportunity here in Knox County to just keep growing and building on our schools. And I want to continue to be part of that process. When I ran the last time, I promised to be a voice for parents, and I had no idea at the time how important that voice would truly be. And I'm also excited to keep working on my priorities, which I had focused on my last race and through the past few years on the board, improving literacy for our children, increasing our post-secondary education, so that way all of our students are set up for success after graduation, and supporting our PTOs and PTAs. I was PTA president at the elementary school and a parent of 2 school-age children, so that's important to me as well. In my first term, I partnered with Mayor Jacobs to roll out one of the largest literacy programs here in Knox County, giving 30,000 books to every elementary school child, teacher, and staff. We created a community-wide scavenger hunt and curriculum around that program. I did a lunch and learn focusing on post-secondary opportunities for students. And in my first term, I was awarded the Outstanding Board Member for the entire state of Tennessee by the Tennessee PTA. So I'm just really excited. It's a tremendous honor to serve, and I'm hoping to continue that, serving our community and our families and our schools.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. Let's hear from you about your interest. And I don't know if you've been in education before or what's prompted you to run, but please tell us.
Well, thanks. I had 2 reasons really that pushed me into this race. One is I think that the state of Tennessee made an error last October when they decided to make these local community service-based offices partisan. I don't think that there's much to be gained for student success and for recruiting and retaining teachers and support staff by inviting sort of national partisan politics into this process. And while the past couple of years on the board have been difficult, they have had unique challenges. I don't think anyone can look at those past 2 years and think that things would be better if we were more polarized and more partisan. So one of the major things that pushed me to run was to argue that we don't have to do it this way. We don't have to be partisan on the board. We can bring independent, careful judgment to the work that we do. The other major thing that I will say is I've spent 16 years in higher education. I'm a college professor, and I have seen numerous Knox County students in my classroom over the years. And I think that has provided me with a unique perspective for what we mean when we talk about ready graduates for Knox County, whether they're going on to a 4-year college, whether they're going into community college, the workforce, or some sort of technical education. I think that perspective informs a lot of what I would like to do on the board as well.
Mr. Sherman, let's stick with you then. So how good a job are we doing to get kids prepared to move on out of high school?
I think we're doing a very good job in Knox County. I think the challenges we faced over the past couple of years, of course, have been, they're not unique to Knox County. We were all struggling in public education to figure out how to navigate something that no one could have foreseen coming. But the students that I meet that come into from Knox County schools are ready for college level work. There's always an adjustment to what that means, for sure, but they have been well prepared. And so I want to be a voice on the board that knows where some of them are heading and can help all of them be more prepared for what comes next.
And Betsy, you've been in the seat now for 4 years. What do you think? What's your satisfaction level? We've got about a minute.
Well, this is one of my priorities that I ran on the last time too, and something I've been focusing on the past few years. But it's not just college, it's also making sure that our students are ready for whatever pathway they choose after graduation. And I do think that Knox County Schools is doing a good job, but I think that we can do a better job. But I definitely think we are on our way. Like I said, we did do a lunch and learn on this series, or on this topic, and we have a jewel right here in Knox County with TCAT, and I've been partnering with them, partnering with Tennessee Achieves, and our high schools are going to roll out the Forward Next Generation project this upcoming school year, which really focuses on work-based learning and really partners with our industries here in Knox County. So we are on a tipping point, I think, with this, and it's an exciting time here in Knox County for our students to get them ready for whatever path they choose after high school.
Very good. Listen, thanks to both of you. We are about to take another break. We're coming back for our final block of Inside Tennessee. Thanks so much.